This man ran a DNA test to ascertain the paternity of his 4 children, and none of them turned out to be his. This is a sad story of Mr. Joe, a 62-year-old retired civil engineer who got married to his 60-year-old wife back in 1993. Their marriage was consummated and blessed with 4 children, and they had jointly raised their 4 children to the best of their abilities, with all resources at their disposal, until October 2017, when a shocking event happened that proved that the 4 children he had been raising are not biologically his. And according to him, this was what happened. On the 20th of September 2017, my 3rd child, who happens to be a female, was critically ill in the hospital, and the doctor informed us that she needs an urgent blood transfusion. My wife and I were in the hospital, and we both had decided to have our blood tested in order to know who has the same blood group with our daughter. But to our surprise, when the result came out, we were informed that none of us has the same blood group with our daughter. We had to find a way out as soon as possible. Fortunately for us, our first son came, and he happened to be a match. I was innocent about the whole thing because I didn't know the implication of a child not matching either of the parents' blood group. After the whole thing had taken place, the doctor, being my friend, called me in private to ask if I was the real father of my daughter. At first, I was furious, but I calmed down and answered him by saying, "Of course, why would you be asking me such questions?" The doctor was bold to ask me because he was my childhood friend. We had come a long way. He went ahead to explain how a child can have either the mother or father's blood group. I was confused, and I asked him what he was trying to tell me. And he said it's either I am not the father of the child or my wife is not the mother, because one of us is supposed to match. But since none is a match, there is a problem. I didn't take it seriously because it was sounding odd to me. When I informed my wife about it, her answer was, "Don't mind that stupid doctor." After 3 days, our daughter was discharged from the hospital. My mind was no longer at rest because I didn't know what to do. I went back to the doctor and asked for advice on what I should do. As my childhood friend, he told me that if I wanted to be sure of the paternity of my children, I should have a paternity test done on my daughter first. When he mentioned that to me, I almost collapsed because I know what it means. It was too much for me to handle, but I had to be a man and face whatever is about to happen. I asked him if I should do the same thing for the remaining 3. He told me it would be a good idea if I can afford it. I decided to take the bold step, even though it was not easy. I quickly reached out to a renowned DNA paternity test center and booked an appointment. I was then asked to come along with 4 of my children in order to take samples from us. I even went ahead to ask how accurate the result can be, and they told me it was 99.99% if I'm the father and 0% if I am not the father eventually. When I arrived at the paternity test center, I was first of all referred to a counselor who asked me if I was ready for this because the result could be either way, and especially 4 children involved. My eldest is 21 years old. At first, I was scared. They also asked me if I had wanted to take time to think about it before making the decision. I opted to go ahead with it since I had brought 4 of them to the center. I had to be a man, and I told the consultant I was ready. I asked when the result would be ready, and they said in 5 working days because they had to send the analysis to Canada. The waiting period seemed like 100 years. When the result finally came in, they called me to come for them. I was scared, but at the same time, I wanted to know the truth. When I got to the center, counseling began immediately before giving me the result. I immediately knew there was problems. Although I didn't expect it to be all my children that I've labored all my life for, giving them the best in life. But unfortunately for me, when I opened the result, all 4 of the children were not mine. 3 sons and 1 daughter. I couldn't hold it as a man. I broke down in tears. At first, I thought I was dreaming and waiting to wake up from the sleep. The trauma was too much for me. At that point, I just wanted to go home and confront my wife. When I got home, I called my wife to the bedroom immediately and gave her the result. She denied everything. I wanted to believe her to make myself happy, but reality was staring at me in the face as the results were true. My wife, as expected, denied it, and she actually made claims that I was lying and didn't trust her. She was even crying. I didn't know what to do, and I had to go back to my doctor. When he saw the results, he told me this can be a mistake because DNA does not lie. I felt more convinced and went back home. I told my wife that if she does not tell me the truth, I will go ahead to our church pastor and show them the result. After hearing me say that, she broke down into tears and confession started. According to her, She had all my supposed to be children for the same man. That was why our son had the same blood group with the sister. She has refused to tell me the man and the reason why she did what she did. We are here to tell the children and our family members. I am in great shock and I don't know where to start from. This is the sad reality I am faced with. I can't believe I trained another man's children under my roof as my own for the past 20 years. At 62, how do I go back to start up another family? How do I start giving birth and training the children when the ones I thought I had are not actually mine and I had trained them up to the university level? This is my sad reality. What do you advise that I do? So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Kindly do well to drop your honest comments in the comment section. Tell us what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and share our videos. Thank you.